Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? The title makes me sound horrible, but please hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and cannot be left alone. She's nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact that she is only 12 years old, she is extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it does not feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then I have never solely had my parents' attention. Ever since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room into the basement at 7 years old because she needed to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. Even when I was 14 years old and she destroyed a Mac my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. I can never make plans with friends because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I am required to leave if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited, and my parents promised to be there, but they never showed, and claimed it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens for me, they are too busy with her. I have held this in for so long, and it finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well, so when they are gone, I can take care of my sister. I do not know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it is always about her. I am nothing more than a caretaker to them, that they always make it about her, and that I am expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. I have locked myself in my room since then, and my parents have not come to check on me. Am I the asshole here? Edit. Wow, thank you for all the support and love that you all have given me. I never expected this post to reach the popularity it did. Thank you all. After thinking about it for these past hours, you are right that I do not despise my sister. It is not her fault that she was born the way she is. My parents came to talk to me a while after my breakdown, but I was unable to bring myself to talk to them and only cried and asked them to leave. They have made arrangements with my grandfather for me to stay with him for the time being, and I am getting ready to go to his house. My parents want to talk to me, but we have decided it is best I leave for now to have some space and time to collect myself. We will be sitting down and talking later this week about this issue. Thank you all again for the love and support through this. I will send an update your way later this week if people are interested. Reddit verdict, not the asshole. Top comments. Comment, not the asshole. These are perfectly legitimate and understandable feelings. You have done nothing to sign up for taking care of another human being. It is not like she is your child. And that was wrong of your dad to joke about, because it sounds like he probably is really thinking along those lines. Be honest with your parents about how you feel. Make clear that it is insane that you are expected to be a full-time babysitter. Grounded for no phone in a theater? That is utterly ridiculous. Comment, not the asshole. Kid, I hope you go to college far away from home. Later in life, make sure your parents understand that you will not be taking responsibility, so they better have care and funding in place. Comment, not the asshole. If you can, go to college far away. Time away and on your own to be just you will be good for you. Because I think your dad was only half joking, at some time you will want to have a conversation that they need to plan for the care of your sister in the future, and make it clear that it is not you, especially if you feel the same way as you do now. I am really sorry your parents did not handle this better, and I hope that one day your anger moves away from your sister. Comment, not the asshole, but this is a parent problem, not a sister problem. I am a parent of one autistic child and one neurotypical child, and I will tell you that we would never treat our neurotypical child like his role is to caretake his sister. If she ruins his stuff, we replace it. We have also given him some separate space with a lock so that we can prevent her getting into his stuff. Now, if he leaves it out, that is another story, but we try our best. Are there ways in which having a sister with a disability still might suck for him? Of course. We are a family, and what impacts one tends to impact us all. But we try to mitigate that, and at least sympathize when we cannot. We also make sure that he benefits in whatever ways we can, like the fact that he has never had to wait in a long line at an amusement park because of her skip-the-line pass. It sounds like your parents have not done any of this and have, in fact, made everything worse for you. That is not your sister's fault. She cannot help who she is, and at only 12 years old, she is still learning and growing, and you may still have a great relationship once you are both adults. Your parents, on the other hand, should have done better by you. The brunt of your anger belongs on them. Comment. I feel so bad for you. Your parents need to plan for your sister. She is not your responsibility. They also need current, qualified caretaking and whatever aid they can get. A kid is supposed to be growing up. It sounds like they lean on you too much. Some is fine, but not a lot. Not the asshole. Comment. Not the asshole. I'm going to tell you something that I hope you will think about, and I will gladly take any downvotes. Your sister will always come first, and you will always be expected to be the caretaker. You will need to break free from this as soon as you can. Move to another state or country after college. For as long as you will be in their house, it will be their rules, and they will continue forcing the caretaking down your throat. You are not her caretaker. They are, and they need to be solely responsible for her care so you can work on your life while you are young. Life comes at you fast. You only have around 85 to 90 summers on average. I understand where you're coming from, though, because whenever your sister did something bad, it got blamed on her autism as a get-out-of-trouble-free card. She cannot help it. She has autism. She does not know what she is doing. She has autism. You need to watch your stuff so she doesn't get to it because she has autism. While it is their absolute lack of responsibility, discipline, and routine that allowed this behavior. Answer. At the same time, though, she is autistic. In some cases, she probably doesn't know what she is doing and why she shouldn't do it because she is autistic. She probably can't help what she is doing in a lot of instances because she is autistic. That does not give autistic people free rein to be unkind, because some people can learn that we do not do these things because they are not nice, and then try to stop doing them. But this girl is severely autistic. It may take a lot to learn that that behavior is unacceptable and that it is not nice, so when she does things that average people wouldn't do, it's fair to say it's because she is severely autistic, and while it's definitely not to say that she shouldn't be in trouble, it's because she is autistic and will not be able to help it. Unless you understand a lot about autism or you are autistic, then I don't think the behavior or how it's dealt with should be seen in such a clear-cut black and white view. It can be a lot more complicated. However, this person's parents are utterly deplorable. Answer to answer. I have dealt with an autistic kid who was in the same state as the sister, who was raised as if the house was his playground with no understanding of the word no, that physical aggression was not okay, etc. So my text was based on my own experiences and observations. Further, my grandmother is a specialist on the subject of autism and has worked with autistic and handicapped kids ranging from very mild to absolutely menacing for the past 40 or so years. For example, I have a gold lighter. The kid was not allowed to play with it for obvious reasons. He grabbed it, put it in his mouth, and caused a scratch. Now, personally, I do not care for the scratch, but if he swallowed it, it would have been hard to get out short of puncturing below the lighter to keep him from suffocating until paramedics arrived. The second time, he was more hesitant to grab it, but still did. I gently took it from his hand and told him no. The third time, he looked 200 times at me and the lighter before he grabbed it. Same deal. I gently grabbed it out of his hand and said no. This is the discipline part I was talking about. This also proves, in this specific instance, the boy did understand what he was doing was wrong. It just took a lot longer before he reached the forget it moment. From what I have gathered, it is very important for autistic people to have a set-in-stone routine and be notified of any changes well in advance, or it might cause a huge meltdown. It is upon the parent to adapt to this and set a healthy regimen and keep to it. This is the routine. It is the responsibility of the parents to understand the needs of their children. This is my pool of information from where I wrote the comment, and for what it is worth, I am not autistic. It never is as cut and dry as I wrote it in the initial post and in this one, as each individual differs and requires tailored treatment. I hope you will reread my comment and understand the undertone in it that I am solely blaming the parents and not the autistic sister. Update. I am back like I said I would be. My original post got a lot of attention, and seeing as you all seem interested, here's my update. Well, since that day I made the post, I have been staying with my grandfather. The week has honestly been a huge change for me, for better and for worse, but I will try to run it down. I started by telling my grandpa the story of why I broke down the way I did, and to be honest, he seemed horrified. No one in my family knew my parents were using me as essentially a free care service for my sister. My grandpa told me some things that I do not feel comfortable repeating here, but in essence, my sister is supposed to be getting care from a professional, and my parents were ignoring that. Along with this, I was not supposed to be caring for her at all with her mental state, as apparently she is a danger to herself and others. With everything else I told him, along with stuff like the movie incident, he was really mad and told me not to contact my parents without him there. He pretty much told me that he was going to be meeting with my parents beforehand and that I was going to be there when I sat down with them. It did not end here either. The rest of the week consisted of other family checking in on me and telling me things my parents hid from me. This included the fact that my parents have been taking money from family to fund a caretaker that doesn't exist. Suffice to say, this week has been rough. But the upside is that even through all this, my extended family has been giving me more love than I felt in a while. My grandfather spent this last week making up for the time I have lost, encouraging me to spend time with friends and do things I want to do. My aunts and uncles have also been helping me through the week.
Well, Saturday night, I sat down with my parents to talk. It went badly, to say the least. They came clean to me about everything. They told me things I will not repeat here, but they did not apologize. My parents still claimed that I somehow owed my sister my time. My father even said, "You were put here to be her caretaker." I will not lie and say I was composed. After everything I learned, I confronted them on the fact that my sister needed a caretaker, the money my dad was taking from his sister, and a few other things. They denied it or made excuses, and in the end, we ended off in a worse place than before. Today will be my last time talking to them for a while. After talking with my grandfather and uncle last night, I am not going back. Later today, I am going there and picking up my stuff and moving in with my grandfather. When I graduate high school, I am planning on leaving the state to go to school. My aunt has told me that the money she was sending my dad will instead be coming to me from now on. My parents have called me twice since Saturday. Neither of them were to apologize and only asked when I was coming home. I will not be going back to them. Right now, I still feel pretty uneasy about everything, but I feel like that will pass. The rest of my family is showing their support to me, and honestly, it feels great. But in the end, I lost my parents. Over all of this, I have learned something that I wished I saw earlier. I do not hate my sister. In fact, I love her with all my heart. I should have never projected my hate onto her. That was wrong, and someday I hope to make up for it. But for now, I need to leave. So there is my update. Thanks again for the support my original post got. I really appreciate everyone who took the time to comment or show me support. Thank you. Edit. Thank you all so much. I wish I could respond to every single one of you, but my lunch only lasts so long. I will update tonight how the move out went, but until then, thank you all. I want to say that your support has been amazing, and your kindness means more to me than anyone could ever imagine. Late edit. Wow, I never imagined my story would reach the popularity it did. I know it is kind of cliche, and I have said it 1,000 times, but thank you all. We just got back from moving my things out of my parents' house. Everything I wanted to take, my grandpa and uncle helped move, and it is at my grandpa's house now. I have my birth certificate, social security card, and every other document and record I could think of. My parents were quiet the whole time I was there. Shortly after I arrived, my dad left with my sister, and my mom only hovered over us silently as we moved. It took a while, but as we left, she broke down and told me she loved me and would miss me. I hugged her and said goodbye, and that was it. Even now, I sit here and think if she really meant it. After this whole week of her not saying anything, she waited until the end. I hope she meant it.
Right now, though, I think I just need to look ahead. Maybe one day my parents and I can reconnect. I hope so. Thank you all for the advice and love. It has been amazing, and I am glad that through this experience, I at least got some positive out of this mess. Will I come back? I do not know. If something happens and you all still want an update, I will maybe come around again, but for now, I am going to move on. For all those out there who shared their stories with me, thank you, and I hope to see you on the other side. See you, Space Cowboys. The last comment. I'm glad your other family is coming through for you, original poster. I strongly suggest you still get a therapist to help you unpack the years of harm your parents did to you. Also, yay, Grandpa! He sounds awesome! Good luck, original poster. What do you think about this situation? Who do you think is a jerk, and who did the right thing? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel to get more cool and interesting stories. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.